I don't know if it's going to be a new thing. But I'm kind of getting back into music lately. But I'll stop that now. All right. Let's start the watch this video with my favorite two moments from the State of the Union last night. What a stud this guy is, and this picture speaks for itself. But just wanted to share that. Great, great night all the way around. Both of those pictures make me smile like you wouldn't believe. Let's slide this over. This is January's equity curve for me. Each little tick is a different trade. Each green dot is new highs for the year. And I ended January on a high note, new highs, and kind of proud of that because January's not been a great trading month. But, you know, grinding it out and waiting for bigger moves to come back. You can see the SPY here. Very, very strong. And now we've got 3 red days in a row on an intraday basis. Really nice bounce here at the end of the day. But for a while, it was really kind of looking pretty ugly. And everything's relative, right? This ugly isn't anything like ugly back in some of the massive sell-offs we've seen. So this everything's relative. 50-point down day on the Dow is considered ugly right now because the market's so strong. So anyway, we're going to get right back to it on February 1st. January's in the books and finished up with a pretty nice January, and proud of how steady I've been, all things considered. Again, with a pretty choppy market. Even during this period in January, the trading, the small caps and stuff that I love, there hasn't been a lot of follow through. There was probably the first week or so, and then things got pretty choppy right from here on. Anyway, long story short, let's build a watch list for tomorrow. HTBX had massive volume for this stock and actually closed pretty strong. It felt like another one of those pump and dumps as the morning went on, like it was going to have another one of those daily candles that all the way up and all the way back down, but it actually closed pretty well. And you can see right here it talks about a reverse split 1 for 10, which looks to be a couple weeks ago. And sometimes these things get going after a reverse split. With the strong close today, I'm definitely going to watch it tomorrow. All right, SKLN, very strong move today and a pretty strong close. We'll see if we get a follow-through day there tomorrow. Remember, I'm in cash every night, and I'm looking for ways to make money trading intraday. Cash every night. AVEO, a little bit of extra volume today and trying to break out of this tight range. Nice little candle today. We're going to watch that one. IMMR, this is a weird chart to me, but you had the gap up on massive volume. And really, it's just gone into a range from like 1150 to, I don't know, whatever that was, 960 to 1150, something like that. And so let's go to 15-minute candles. It kind of cleans it up. So there's your range from here to here. And we're kind of closing in the middle of the range. I think it's worth watching tomorrow. A lot of these, everyone says, well, it's got to fill the gap. It doesn't got to do anything, right? It can do whatever it wants. But I think as strong as it is on the daily chart here, we even know with a 2 out of 3 we're closing below its open lately. I think this is still worth watching. All right, so that's IMMR. SMG, beaten up for a couple days on big volume. Watching that one for a bounce tomorrow. Kind of the same deal with HOG. HOG, a couple ugly days, looking for a bounce tomorrow. Again, only with a proper intraday setup. LTBR I had on watch after the gap up, and it came down into support. Well, it gapped up a little bit today and then right back down. I still call that at support, so we're going to watch that for a potential bounce tomorrow. Not in love with that one by any stretch because of all the people that are underwater in it from that gap up, right? Pretty much everybody. RDFN, just another red day. Had this on bounce watch today. No trades in it, no setups, but it really, it's pretty close to all-time support, right? It's a relatively new issue. It looks like it came public back here in, what was that, July of 2017. Kind of retested the all-time lows, and it's gotten down to this area pretty quickly here, so I think it's worth watching for a bounce. PE, same thing. 2 kind of nasty red days on big volume, down to an area of support. I'm going to watch that one for a bounce. Couple more. Not in love with this list, by the way. CAPR had the big pop here. Couple days lower, and really nice relative strength today. We'll see if that gives us a setup tomorrow. And then CRR, which I've been watching for a bounce, and kind of put in a little green candle today, pretty narrow range. We're going to see if that one can bounce tomorrow. Keep in mind, we're going to add gappers to this list in the pre-market. This is one of the lists from my list recently that I'm really not in love with any of them, right? I'm not in love with any of them, but having them on a chart in front of me, I might be able to spot a great setup in one of them tomorrow. We don't know how they're going to open. We don't know if any of these are going to gap up, down, or a little of both. We don't know how anything's going to act. So a lot of times once the market opens and these things, the prices start changing, we end up seeing a crystal clear setup in something. So, keep that in mind. Trying to think if there's anything else. I'm going to leave it at that because I suspect the way I trade, I only need one or two decent setups, and the one or two decent setups to make make my daily goal for the day. And I think what separates me and the way I teach people to trade and the way I trade from most people can't sit in front of their screens and not do anything. And I know this sounds stupid, but I'm really good at that. I'm really good at not putting money to work unless and until I see a great setup and I'm not fighting the overall market and everything looks good as far as possible inflection point, and I should be green right away if I take this trade. Otherwise, I just sit in cash, and that's what I teach people. I teach people how to do that. So as strange as it sounds, sitting and doing nothing is actually a skill when you're a trader, and I think it's the thing that I could hang my hat on and say it's the thing that I do best is patience, waiting for a proper entry. All right. Check the description of this video if you want to look for a special offer to our chat room. I'm going to leave it at that, and we'll see everybody tomorrow.